Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the
Please be seated. I warmly welcome you, Warren's family and friends, to the Geraldton Crematorium as we remember and celebrate the life of Warren Gregson. We all come together to celebrate Warren's life, a thankful remembrance of all those moments Warren brought us joy or influenced us. You come here today as family and friends, united in your loss of this special person, We honour Warren in our hearts and hold him dear in our memory. I would like to thank Vicky, Carla and Callan for giving me the honour of leading the service. My name is Nikki Boys. As we unite in loss and memory, we are reminded of the fragility of life. We remember many of the times that Warren touched our lives and realise the uniqueness in which he crossed our pathway. May we also think about how our lives impacted Warren. In remembrance of Warren, a short testimony to his life, I would like to invite Kim to come forward and share with us, please.
Where do I start? I've known Wazza for a long time. From the days of Walkaway, lots of ciders were drunken, played a lot of pool, had lots of fun. Later we played around with cars together. My oldest son Chris formed an amazing relationship with Wazza, with Carl and Casey following. He will be muchly missed by me and everyone else. Rest in peace, Warren.
Thank you, Kim. May I now ask Suzanne to come forward and share some memories on behalf of the family.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm sorry that we're meeting on such an occasion as this. I firstly have to apologise to you if my throat is a bit croaky and I happen to sneeze. I get hay fever once a year, if that, and I happen to wake up with it this morning. Not heads there, there's a few of us. And that. Okay. So firstly, I have some memories from Peter and Mary Bairstow. We remember the night Peter and I were all ready for bed in our PJs when we get a phone call from Warren. He was wanting to have a beer and asked for us to have a few with him. So off we went, dressed in our PJs, and the look on Carla's face when we walked in was priceless. Another time when the five of us, Vicky, Warren, Carla, Peter and Mary, were on holiday together, we drove to the Loop. When we got to the turn-off, out came the beers and the crays. Warren ate a few too many crays and had one too many beers that night. He was sick all over poor Vicky. Another holiday that we all did together was when we flew over for John's wedding. Warren and Peter had one too many beers on the plane and they both kept singing to the air hostess. I believe that if there'd been a parachute on board, the hostess would have put one on each of them and thrown them out the back door. We had many great times together, laughing, sharing a few beers and enjoying life. We will miss the fun times, but we will hold all those memories deep in our hearts. We will never forget you, Warren, a man of few words, but a man who was loved so dearly. Until we meet again, rest in peace. Thank you, Warren, for being in our lives, and thanks for many a laugh. Love, Mary and Peter. From Diana, Rowley and family, Deborah and family, Rosie, Steve and family. We had the pleasure of knowing Warren for many years, a quiet and gentle soul. We had good times with Warren at family gatherings. He will always be remembered. Our thoughts are with Vicky, Carla, Cindy and Callan on this sad and difficult day. Rest in peace, Warren. Sending all our love from South Australia. From Rhonda and Kevin. I will always remember Warren as a man of few words, but as a very caring man. He loved Vicky, Carla, Cindy and Callan, as well as his pet babies. His joy was tinkering with his and other people's cars. Although he did not say much, he always welcomed Kevin and I into his home. We will miss you, Warren, as will everyone who knew you. Rest in peace, mate. From Kathy, Eddie and family. Dear Warren, we never got to spend much time with you, but we knew you as a quiet and honourable man who loved his family above all else. We would like to thank you for accepting our son Callan into your family and loving him like a son. Rest in peace, Warren. We are sure you were greeted warmly by family and fur babies as you walked across the Rainbow Bridge into heaven. Love Kathy, Eddie, Carissa, Kiara and their families. All our love to Vicky, Carla, Cindy and Callan. From Warren's brother Ian, sister-in-law Colin and nephew Brodie. Warren Gregson, the 17th of January 1956, son of the late Raymond Allen Gregson, known as Bill, and Sylvia Rebecca Gregson. Warren is survived by his partner Vicky, his adored daughter Carla, and son-in-law Callan. Warren was the fourth son out of 6 boys. Brothers Lawrence, known as Mickey, Chris, Glenn, Ian and Andrew. Brother-in-law to Jenny, Anne and Colleen. Warren was also a great-uncle with too many nieces and nephews to mention. Warren will be sadly missed by all that knew him. He was a man of very few words, but if you talked about cars, well, what can I say? He would talk non-stop. He could turn his hands to fixing anything. If it had small wheels, they had to be bigger. If it had a carburettor, it had to have had 2 and sometimes 3. If it was too high, then it had to be lower, sometimes way too low. And God forbid, if it was quiet, then it had to be louder. You would always hear Warren coming from way down the street before you seen him. Dad and Mum would look out the window to see if he was all right, like they did with all of us. Also to see if the cars were still in one piece and still had their panels. Quite often they would come home missing something. Boys will be boys. Dad, being a motor mechanic, would often say, "That won't fit," or "That's not going to work." Boy, was he surprised a lot. But he would just shake his head and have a smile on his face, and Mum would calm down a few hours later and still loved us no matter what. The last time we spoke, he asked if everyone was all right, and could I find him some doors for his WB ute he was doing up. He also asked me if I wanted him to do up a hot rod. He was in his glee when around cars. Days later, my brother Warren was gone. Warren would not want much fuss and would not want us to be sad for long, but to remember the good times. All our love to Vicky, Carla and Callan, and not to forget all the fur babies. Love you, brother. Brothers forever. Forever brothers. Sadly missed, but always remembered.
Thank you, Suzanne. May I now invite you to spend a few moments in quiet reflection of Warren and how he has touched your life while we watch his photos and listen to We Belong Together.
Yes, we belong together for eternity. I swear by everything I own, you'll always, always be mine. You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity. Eternity.
Lots of memories for everyone there. I would like to invite Suzanne back to share some lovingly chosen poems and memories on behalf of the family.
A poem from Ian and family. Love lives on. You went away so suddenly. We did not get to say goodbye. But brothers can never be parted. Precious memories never die. Those we love do not go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near. So loved to be missed, so very dear. A poem from Warren's brother Andrew. Farewell, brother. Brother with a gentle soul, your time it was, you had to go. You left no warning, not a word. No farewell, no goodbyes were heard. Your soul was strong, though your body weak. Now there is no more pain to keep. Though your passing left us shattered and sad, we know you are now with Mum and Dad. Just tears left for us to cry. We know in time these will dry. We have your loving memories to help us go on. You're forever in our hearts but never gone. It's just farewell, brother, not goodbye. A poem from Cindy and Mark. Farewell words too often part and cleave with sorrow to aching hearts. With a final wave, all disappears beneath the hush of silent tears. Why can't sorrow be so kind as to hide away and stay confined, and leave us only thoughts of bliss, of joyful things to reminisce? So focus now not on sorrows born, why happy times are now forlorn, but instead on joy and merriment and delight all felt without relent. And with all the love to fill our hearts, sorrow and pain then soon departs. And although goodbyes are bittersweet, we can no longer feel incomplete. Lots of love, Cindy and Mark. We will always have our memories of playing pool at the Walkaway pub, and for Mark enjoying a quiet bundy in the shed. Rest in peace. From Warren's son-in-law, Callan. When I first met Warren, I wasn't sure if he liked me because he didn't talk much. Once I got to know him, I realised that's just how he was. He loved Vicky and Carla with all his heart, even though he would not show it. But you just knew that he did, and that the feeling was mutual. He would rather spend his days out in the garage working on cars, which helped me out a lot because I know nothing about cars. I miss you, and it's been an honour to have you as a father-in-law. You left a big hole in our hearts and home that will never be filled. I will try my hardest to fill your shoes and look after the loves of your life. Rest in peace, Warren. I know you will be watching and looking over Vicky and Carla. You can rest now knowing that I promise I will try my hardest to prove that Vicky and Carla are well loved and cared for like you loved them when you were here with us. I love you so much. You looked after me when Carla and I moved over from South Australia. Rest easy now. Love from your son-in-law, Callan. From Warren's daughter, Carla. To my precious dad, the last 2 weeks have been the hardest of my life. I never imagined you would leave us so soon, but I know you will always be with us, looking down on us, protecting us. I will miss giving you a cuddle every morning, as will I miss giving you a cuddle every night. I am so proud to have had you as my father. You are my hero, and I love you, Daddy. From Warren's partner, Vicky. It's now time to write my farewell. How to live without you, I cannot imagine. The love we had is beautiful, even though you would not talk much from the moment we met. You were a man of very few words, and that is why I loved you. I would argue, but I would never get a bite from you. I will always take care of Carla, our baby. I will devote my time to her and care for her. I love you, Warren, my man.
Thank you, Suzanne, for sharing those memories and poems on behalf of the family. The family invite you all to join them after the service at the Wanthella Bowling Club to share many more memories with them. Is there anyone else here that would like to come forward and say a few words? If so, you're welcome to come forward now. Ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony for Warren is almost concluded, and we now have to say a loving and fond final farewell to him. We are deeply grateful for Warren's life and for all that life has meant to you. We thank him for the impact of his life on yours. We take with us today our loss, but we take with us Warren's memory. We will remember his smile, his frown, the many fun times, his care for others. Let us reflect on Warren's values that were a big part of who we remember him as. His willingness to tinker with things, to fix the broken, to restore the old. To his love of family and friends, and creating memories that will stay with us all. Let us also remember the hard times, the struggles and the triumphs. Warren Gregson, may your soul rest in peace. Family, followed by friends, are invited to come forward and place some gum leaves on Warren's coffin as we say our final goodbyes. The family thank you all for your attendance here today.
I'll wear it all, the weight of the world for you. I'll climb these walls to bring it all home for you. And I never want to lose this feeling, 'cause I know without you there's no sleeping. You occupy my mind every other night, you do. When I close my eyes and the world goes quiet, I'm only lonely for you. I'm only lonely for you. forget it all, the loss of a love or two. My heart beat strong for one that was black and blue, and I never want to lose this feeling, 'cause I know without you there's no sleeping. You occupy my mind every other night, you do. When I close my eyes and the world goes quiet, I'm only lonely for you. 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 I'm only lonely for you.
This year's love it better last. Heaven knows it's high time. I've been waiting on my own too long. And when you hold me like you do, it feels so right. Oh, now I start to forget how my heart gets torn when that hurt gets thrown, feeling like you can't go on. Turning circles time again, cut like a knife. Oh, now if you love me, got to know for sure, 'cause it takes something more this time than sweet, sweet lies. Oh, now before I open up my arms and fall, losing all control, every dream inside my soul. When you kiss me on that midnight street, sweep me off my feet, singing, ain't this life so sweet? This year's love it better last. This year's love it better last. 'Cause who's to worry if our hearts get torn when that hurt gets thrown? Don't ya know this life goes on? Won't ya kiss me on that midnight street, sweep me off my feet, singing, ain't this life so sweet? love had better last. This year's love had better last. Whoa, yeah. This year's love had better last.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the Florida Keys. There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you wanna go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand, tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band. Down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? And then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We gotta go. Martinique, that Montserrat mystique. We'll put out to sea, and we'll perfect our chemistry. By and by we'll defy a little bit of gravity. Afternoon delight, cocktails and moonlit nights. That dreamy look in your eye, give me a tropical contact high. Way down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? And then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We gotta go. Your prince, I wanna catch a glimpse. Everybody knows a little place like Kokomo. Now if you wanna go and get away from it all, go down to Kokomo. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? And then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We gotta go. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby. You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity. You're mine. Your lips belong